Hello. We're going to get started with Azure and Terraform. Before we getting started, we are assuming that you have an Azure account and you have already installed AZCLI in your laptop, whether it's Mac or Windows. There's another video out there. Please do check out. Um, and we're also thinking that you've got Terraform installed on your laptop. Yeah. Let's just get started. So once you've logged into your Azure account, so you see that resource groups, and then possibly I do not have any other resource group apart from this one. So we will be trying and creating another resource group just to validate if Terraform is working with Azure or not. Yeah. So and then I'm making sure when I just say AZ, I've got AZ CLI installed, and I'm going to type Terraform as well. So I've got Terraform installed. Yeah, these three things are dependencies. So let's just get started. So unlike AWS, in AWS, if you just have access key and secret key, you pretty much can access AWS with Terraform. But in here, you got to have a service principal. So if you wanted to create a service principal, you can either get on to Azure Active Directory. Let's just get on to Azure Active Directory and then app registrations, and then you can create. But let's not create with portal. Let's just create with so make sure that you have nothing here, or maybe so I'm just creating one with command line. So before that, I first wanted to log in. It asks for the username and password, and then if you give it, so it's logged in successfully. And then if you have Azure account list, if you have multiple subscriptions, pretty much I've got a couple of subscriptions, but then I just wanted to limit this execution to one particular subscription. So what I'm going to say, Azure account set -s, whatever subscription that I wanted to create this app registration or service principal in, this is the subscription ID. So I'm just going to create, and then so this sets the context. So that means any command, any Azure command that we are going to execute further will be executed on this particular subscription ID. So this has been set. Now, if you just want to test Azure group list, this will list resource groups. So we should have one which is RG1, which is in our account. So let's just create a service principal, AZ AD SP create for our back role. I'm just creating it with contributor. So if you want to create anything, you have to create it with contributor. And scope, I'm limiting it to a subscription level. Subscription, and then this is a subscription ID. We've got it. So make sure, just to show you, I've got nothing here in app registrations. If I just go to Active Directory and then app registrations, I've got nothing here. So this command would give you app ID, username, password, and also so it's now creating a role assignment. So this spits out the password and also app ID. So you can get the app ID again on the portal, but you cannot get the password. So please do, yeah. You just make use of, we'll be making use of these things. So we got to make note of it. So I'm in my PWD, which is like I'm in my, I'll be getting onto downloads folder. And let's refresh here. We go to app registrations. So there's something has appeared, yeah. So this is saying Azure CLI. Let's recreate it with a name. Yeah. So AZ AD delete ID HTTP. Oh, so let's copy. So let's make it like with some good name instead of just creating it. So this will disappear now. Let's create with the name. So I wanted to create with the name HTTP for Terraform. Yeah, just like otherwise Terraform. Anything is fine. I'm just creating with for Terraform. So this will again create a service principal in here. So if you just come here and then we've deleted the existing thing. So app registrations. So for Terraform has been created successfully, but now my code is on GitHub. Let me just show you. So GitHub. So Pavanaleti, yeah, GitHub. So obviously I'm going to create an AKS cluster with another video or something, but for now I'm just trying to set up the things. So the repository name is AKS, and let's clone that. So you can use HTTPS. I'm just using SSH because I've configured it. So git clone. So the reason that we're getting into AKS is, so we've got AKS. This is what we've configured. There is something called set envsh. So what it does is basically it sets the environment variable. So we don't in the provider configuration we will basically be setting subscription ID, tenant ID, and service principal, and then password. But instead of keeping these things in Azure RM provider, I will be setting environment variables instead of that. So this will be your subscription ID. In my case, the subscription ID is this. So just change this file values, yeah. And the app ID, so don't worry. So I'll be removing all this app ID and username and password post this video. So this is your app ID and the password. This is really, really important. And this is your tenant ID. So once this is all done, right, so just cd AKS. So you will basically have ls-l. So this doesn't have executable permissions. Chmod plus x set env set env.sh, and then this has been done. And now let's execute set env.sh. So setting environment variables, now basically that environment variables should have been set up. If you want, you can just like client ID, just print that one variable, echo. Oh, come on, something has been done. One moment, guys. Yeah, so that's okay. Oh, did we not save it? Okay, this seems to be fine. No worries. Don't worry about that. Let's clear the screen. And now, just to make sure, we will be getting onto resource group folder where you have a Terraform file, which is a main file. If you get onto that, so this file is doing nothing. So this is what I'm talking about, right? So instead of setting service principal, subscription, password, some of these details in here. So we've just created a file, and then we're setting environment variable instead. Yeah. So in this main dot, so we are basically creating a resource group with the name of Terraform RG in UK West, and then we are spitting out the same thing on the screen like an output. So now resource group, I would say Terraform init should be fine. Takes a little while. So this looks fine. Terraform plan. So it says that it will be adding one resource here, which is nothing but Terraform RG resource group. And come here and then see resource groups, and then see we've got only one resource group here. Terraform apply auto approve. So it takes just little while to make API calls. So Terraform will basically make an API call to Azure, and then it create resource group, which has been created. But as we all know that Azure is a bit slow to show us. Let's wait for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Keep pressing the refresh until it shows. Might take a minute. So this is the case with Azure always. So this has been up here now. So this is as simple as that. We will be so once this is all done, we can probably destroy the infrastructure. Yeah. Terraform destroy auto approve. So if you just press this, the resource group which you have created will be destroyed. So it is currently destroying, and then it will be destroyed in about a minute or something. So one thing that I wanted to say, so make sure while you're saving, so after you update this file, right, make sure that you're not saving these credentials onto GitHub. Otherwise, somebody can access your Azure account. So we will probably be removing that service principal which I've created in front of you. Another thing that I also wanted to say is like, so I've neatly made documentation here for everything, which I think if you see on the console, it makes sense. Yeah, so this is a document, sets up like create an EKS cluster. It's all fine, but before that, access to Azure with Terraform. These are all the steps which we've done. These are all the screenshots, and this is like to destroy the infrastructure. So this is just like we're setting up a resource group, but soon the AKS cluster Terraform configuration will be ready, and then I'll try making another video. So meanwhile, this destroy has been completed, the resource group. Now let's go down to the resource groups, and then just let's refresh. Yeah, that disappeared. That is it, guys, for today. Thanks for watching. Happy learning, and bye.